Welcome, my dear viewer, to this live podcast by Professor Paul Mwangi Kebisho, PhD, QB, HSC. And as usual, I want to thank all of you who have been following me ever since I started coming on social media. It has not been in vain. I have gotten a lot of compliments from you people, and I really appreciate. You are very important to me who continually subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much to those people who still subscribe to my Facebook page and those also who subscribe to my TikTok page. I really appreciate all of you. I do not have enough words to thank you. That is the only way that you can support this particular project. So I appreciate all of you, Mr. Gige Getau. I appreciate you. David Munga, I appreciate you, and thank you very much for the likes, and thank you very much for the gift packs. Thank you for everybody who has actually been following me and giving me a lot of compliments. You are the ones who motivate me to be the person I am today. And basically, because we have only 10 minutes to go, I want to share with you very important points. Please pay attention. If possible, do something different from what you've been doing in the past, because the greatest form of madness, as per Mr. Albert Einstein, is doing the same thing, same way, year in, year out, expecting different results. So if you are that kind of a person, I request you kindly to take a step and get out of that particular zone or region that has been holding you back from achieving your goals. We all have, God has given us our brains. Everybody has got his own brains. It does not matter how well educated you are, because you have got some educated individuals who are still struggling in life. It's about what we call life application. We have this university in life where you don't even enroll by paying school fees. It is called the University of Life. You have learned things from so many people from several quarters. Those people who had the money and they squandered their money. Those people who had the opportunity to do things but they never did them. So it's up to you to decide what it is that you want to do so that your life can become much better, and of course, your life can be more meaningful. I take this opportunity to talk about top 10 reasons people flop at financial planning, or how come that majority of us people, we are not doing so well on the financial front. It is quite unfortunate that some of us people have developed this attitude that will start saving their money when they reach a certain age or stage in terms of financial wealth. I'm coming here to challenge all of you that when they said a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, they knew what it was that they meant. So I advise all of you, especially those people who listen to me on my podcasts, that please don't just be a listener, be a doer. It is not right to have information with you which does not transform you. The purpose of information in this universe is to transform you to become a better person. So some of us have been to school much longer than maybe some people watching us have lived. Therefore, we understand the chemistry of money in a more elaborate, better way than majority of us people. But the only challenge is this: it does not matter whatever age that you are in. The most important thing is, or the bottom line is, how much of the information that you have are you using it to benefit you and to empower you. So today, I thought I was going to do things very differently. I want to do things very differently because I'm asking a very simple question: reasons why people flop at financial planning. Reasons why people flop at financial planning. A very important discussion, a very point to consider, so that we may know, all of us, what it means to plan for our finances. I want us to look at a few things, maybe about 5 or 7 issues that makes most of us people to miserably fail in terms of financial management. I have told you in the past, and I'm going to repeat this as many times as I can, that majority of us people, we are not poor because we do not know what ought to be done. We already know what ought to be done. If you go to River Dam, you don't require to be a rocket scientist. You don't require to be a biologist. You only require to see that some people used their brains and they blocked the water that has been flowing from Mount Kenya to the Indian Ocean uncontrollably. But the moment they controlled that water, it became now a big source of revenue generation in terms of growing what we call rice in Gurubani, Moya area. So similarly, if you want to grow your wealth, you must identify the areas that your money has been leaking to, so that by addressing those areas, you can be able now to say you have started the journey of amassing wealth. Those people that you find being billionaires, they had no billion in their account. As a matter of fact, some of them they had no head start. They just started their way, and today they have a reason to smile. So it's up to you to consume this information and use it appropriately. So number one, that makes people to fail miserably in terms of their financial planning is what we call no real plan, just vague ideas. You have got no specific financial plan, just vague ideas. You find people saying, this year I'm going to buy shares. This year I'm going to buy land. This year, I'm going to start pottery layering. This year, I'm going to start farming. That is the only thing they do by saying. That's the only thing that they know. Saying. So saying alone won't make things happen. Saying, and that's why the Bible says that one of the things, actions, words without actions are dead. So don't just tell us what you intend to do. You should not even have the audacity of telling us what it is that you're contemplating of doing. Can you do it? We see. Don't tell us that you are going to marry. Marry. Let us find you clinging your spouse's heart on your heart, so that we may know you have done it. Don't just come telling us. After all, it is your own personal initiative. You don't have to inform us. If I'm going to buy a new car, I don't have to involve you because you're not going to give me any additional money. So what business do I have informing you what I'm intending to do? Your business is to do, and you become witnesses. So no deal plan or just fake ideas. Many people confuse wishful thinking with planning. You can see what I'm telling you here. Most of you people even listening to me, and this have been saying it emphatically. If I find you struggling financially and you are healthy, don't come bringing me your problems. Don't come sharing your problems with me financially. I do not want to hear your stories. I cannot work a day and night to come and give you free money. I have no free money. Don't come telling me to help you educate your children. You got them deliberately. There was no child that was actually fathered without a plan. It was not a rape case. If it were a report, maybe there's an OB in the police station. So don't come telling us to educate your children when you decided to get them deliberately. And I'm saying, hate me or laugh me. I've been hated and I've been loved in equal measure. The problem with me is that Mr. Anthony Bull, I speak the truth. You cannot go get 5 children, 6 children with expectation of being assisted by people to come and help you educate your children. What the hell is this? Who told you to get these children? There are so many ways. If you can't raise this, if you lay down to make a child, you must stand up to raise up that child. So one thing that makes people fail miserably in life is no real plan. They just have what we call vague ideas. Saying I want to retire at 60 isn't a plan. Isn't it a plan? I want to retire at 60. Isn't it a plan? Unless it is backed by numbers, timelines, and strategy. So you're saying you want to retire at 60. What is it that you're doing? So don't come even inviting us because you're retiring. You have not been working for us. As a matter of fact, I even want to say that even to those leverets and bishops who retire, don't invite us for your retirement. You have not been working for us. You took that one as a calling. So even in that particular calling, you need to plan for it. I am telling you, many of those people invite us to go and give them money so that they can have something to feed on when they retire. What about us? Where we do not have platforms inviting people to come and, of course, give us money for retirement. Plan your life. You were not born old. You became. In the process of becoming old, plan for your life. Don't just invite people to come and grace your retirement as if you have been working for us. The only person who should give grace with what we call a function is our staff members for saying thank you for having served us in this office for 20 years. The staff members, but not printing cards and inviting people to come and say that we are giving you a farewell party. For what? We have not been working with you. So your financial mistakes do not create us an emergency on our part. Plan. That's why people hate me. Point number 2, unrealistic expectations. Hoping for 10% annual returns every year or assuming expenses will magically shrink in retirement sets people for disappointment. It is general knowledge that you know for sure that this is what we call inflation. Life, the cost of living is going up every day. So what the hell do you bring to us by assuming that life will be bearable when you retire? Start planning for retirement. And remember, you're only required to ask yourself a very simple question. I've been telling people in the year 1992 when I was getting employed, a loaf of bread which was weighing 500 grams was costing 2 shillings and 50 cents. Today, a loaf of bread which is costing 70 Kenya shillings is weighing 400 grams. You can see it has actually grown. The cost has gone up by how many times? Almost 30 times. So the kind of money you are spending today, you require to multiply that one. Thank you very much, Professor Simon Diongo. You know me, I like talking the truth. And Professor Simon Diongo is also a pastor. He's a referee. That he knows that the Bible says, talk the truth, and the truth will set you free. So you cannot just keep calling me and telling me to come and help you to educate your children. I will not come. Hate me. This Father Lord has been faithful. You cannot just call me because you're retiring to come and give you money so that you can retire honorably. Where have you been? I'm equally working for my retirement. Also now, don't come giving people stories. Don't disturb people. They have enough of their problems. They have enough fear of their problems. Plan for your life. I've been telling you to come and invest money at Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited so that you can start growing your wealth. But you do not want to do that. You only want to come and bring people. You start inviting people for our base. Don't invite us for our base. We also have a future plan for, by the way. So your failure to plan does not constitute an emergency on our part. I hope this is Pastor Ken Joroge is listening to this. Ken Joroge is a property manager who normally looks for space for people in terms of if you want a commercial house, if you want a plot, if you want to move your goods or assets from one point to another, you can call Pastor Ken. He has been my mentee. Pastor Ken's number is 0711 565 560. If you call Pastor Ken, he'll be able to give you to get a good plot for you. He'll be able to give you a good space either for wholesale, for school, or whatever it is. Pastor Ken, 0711 565 560. And should you be interested in actually advertising on these platforms of Professor Paul Kebicho, you can do so. We'll make arrangements. I'll give you my number at the tail end of this discussion. So if you are planning to retire, my brother, my sister, listening to me today, please don't bank on people. Don't use people as your social capital because you are retiring. Plan your life now. I cannot be telling you here to come and invest money, and the only thing that you do is trade me your ears. We normally say, many people, there's a difference between good intentions and activating the intentions. So many people confuse. Once again, we were talking about unrealistic expectations. If you know that the rate of inflation is at 7%, you need to factor that one in your financial planning so that by the time you are retiring, you have enough. And I've been telling you as a matter of fact, as you grow old, you need to increase your cash flow. You'll be seeing the doctor more often. You'll be going to the doctor more often. You'll be eating special diet. Whom do you think will be sponsoring you for that? We can't be sponsoring you for your life. Start planning. Even us, we all have the honors of planning for our lives and for our retirement. Don't wait for anybody to plan for your retirement, my brother, my sister. If you are there sitting plated in your couch, thinking that Kebicho will actually grace your occasion for retirement, you are completely forgotten. I'm equally on the same journey of planning for my retirement. I have less than 10 years to hit 60. So what business do I have mismanaging my finances, banking on people that I don't know whether will come for my function? Why can't you plan for your life? Unrealistic expectations. That's another one top reason why people flop at financial planning. Point number 3, failure to stick to a budget. Failure to stick to a budget. We all know what we need to do. Even a nation with Kenya that collects about 2.5 trillion Kenya shillings, still they do a budget. So they have what we call budget policy statement. You also require to have a budget for your life. You cannot be leading life in an extravagant manner, in a lavish manner, going all over with girlfriends and what have you, Ben 10s and what have you, driving the most expensive car when you have nothing in your pockets, but banking on my money that I'm working for so hard. That money will be for my family and myself. So don't count Kebicho as your social financial protection. I won't be there for you. And I repeat, I won't be there for you, especially if you have been healthy all along. If you have not been jailed, you have not been in prison, and you want us to come and actually do what? Bail you out of financial woes because of your financial mismanagement. I am not an accomplice to that. Failure to stick to budget, overspending. Why are you overspending? We can also know how to overspend anyway. We also have the capacity, the ability to overspend. But we look at the fundamentals in life. What is it that I require to do in life so that my life can become more bearable when I stop working? I require. I thank God for Professor Simon Thiongo once again. Professor Simon Thiongo, let me talk about him for 2 minutes. I'm the one who motivated him to do a PhD. I'm the one who motivated him to write books. He has now written 3 books. He's now a lecturer in the United States of America, and he's doing pretty well. And above all, Professor Simon Thiongo is a member of Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited with a lot of money anyway. He has written me a text here saying, by following in your footsteps and providing invaluable insights, I have recently completed my 3rd book. I encourage you to continue inspiring those of us who appreciate your well-crafted challenge. This is now Professor Thiongo talking. As you rightly point out, not everyone enjoys being confronted with the truth. Of course, that is what I'm saying here. I know right now I'm very unpopular, and that's why some people, they're actually coming in my social media handle for 2 minutes, they leave because the pain, the hard truth pains. But these are the truth. These are the points. These are the realities in life. You don't behave like the proverbial ostrich, which hid its head on the sand, exposing the bigger anatomy in the atmosphere, thinking it is secure. If you are there squandering your money, unakunywa ile pombe inaogereshwa na onaga inagogo hapa nyumba, utonto kunywa we gomeno wanyurone awaguro okimoraga dago ndoga tuninde hinya witu wakito na radi. Pastor Ken. Then you go enjoying your life out there, spending your money in a very extravagant manner, you actually mismanage your money, you overspend your money, thinking that people will come in to save you. My friend, we will not be party to that. Especially to support, how can you need to know that even taking your children to the most expensive schools when you have got no solid financial base, you are not wise. Let me be a bit civil because I'm a lawyer. You are not wise. Any wise person knows it is the price or the cost of food does not give you appetite. So you may buy the most expensive food, but you can't buy appetite. You can buy the most expensive bed, but you can't buy sleep. So even us, we never went to those expensive schools. And here we are professors with Professor Simon Diongo. I went to a local district day secondary school. I was walking to my school. So those people who think that I'm talking like this because I'm from a royal family, you are totally mistaken and confused. So you cannot overspend your money hoping that people will come in and save you. Now invest. I thank God. I have another person here writing, I'm a member of Odin Sacco. Hope it is the best decision that you made. It is the best decision that you made. Why should you doubt your decision anyway? I told you, and I've been telling you that that's the best place to put your money in terms of a Sacco, not any other Sacco. Odin Sacco will sort you out. And I congratulate you because I know you did it because you heard from me. So let me go on because I don't have a lot of time. I have a class after this at 6. Let me give you the fourth point. Ignoring something else that you don't do. Now, we have talked about failing to stick to a budget. The other thing, ignoring market volatility. One man called Mr. Robert Kiyosaki says, and I want to quote him again verbatim, the poorest of them all is the one who relies on one source of income. Are you there? And all what you wait for is for the salary. Salary means, I told you the other day, salary is an acronym. Salary means struggling in anguish, laboring, awaiting retirement yields. That's what we call salary. Salary. Struggling in anguish, laboring, awaiting retirement yields. There is no employer who will give you enough money to meet your demands. So anybody who is wise must create what we call OSI, other sources of income. And I have been giving you Kebisho as an example. I'm a lecturer at Catholic University. I'm a lecturer at Augusta University. I do lecture part-time at JKUAT. I'm the brand ambassador for Odin Sacco. I'm the brand ambassador for Genomics. I work for Britam. I work for Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited. I work for Panorama Consulting Company Limited. I work for Kibmark Insurance Agencies. Just the other day, I dropped 2 more companies. I was actually the ambassador. That was Wesolad and my fella. So it's about thinking and using your brains to the maximum that you shape your financial destiny. So ignoring market volatility, we say, not preparing for downtowns means people panic sell or withdraw too much during bad years, derailing long-term goals. Let me tell you, COVID came. What lessons did we learn from COVID? You need to ensure that you have what we call a fallback plan. A fallback plan basically means, Mr. Anthony Boro, that in the event things go south, you have something to call your own. I don't expect you to be driving the most expensive car in your neighborhood when you have no financial investment in place. I don't expect you to be taking your children to schools, very, very expensive schools, when you have not put up your financial base in order. So don't ignore market volatility. Sometimes there's what we call the economic shocks. And the only people who survive those kind of phenomena are those people who diversify their investments. Here we are telling you to become a member of Odin Sacco, invest at Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, and do farming if you can afford. Then we have what we call hyperbolic discounting. This psychological trap makes people prioritize short-term gratification over long-term rewards. I have been talking about you must differentiate that life is not instant coffee. Life is not instant coffee. You must realize there is what we call instant gratification and delayed gratification. Those people who fall victims of instant gratification, they end up spending their money on unnecessary things. They end up their huge, colossal amounts of money on what we call depreciating assets. And by the end of the day, they go complaining that God has not been on their side, that their star has been blocked by other individuals. I do not know who those people are who broke other people's star. Ati nyota yake imeibiwa. Hakuna mtu ameibia amekuibia nyota yako. That's what we call total rubbish, and that's what we refer to as. I refer to those kind of what we refer to those instances as lack of critical recognition of your capacity to make decisions. You must learn to make decisions in life. Sorry for this. Somebody's calling me on my phone. So hyperbolic discounting, you find people saying they're selling things at a discounted rate. Come on, my brother. Why is the emergency for? There are things that have to wait. You must prioritize because you have no luxury of money. You know, some of us people, we suffer from what we suffer from what we call abundance, confusion of abundance. You realize that you have a lot of money today, but is that money sustainable in the long run? So you need to start putting your house into order. So avoid what we call hyperbolic discounting, that you find a car is now being sold 150,000 shillings less. New cars will always be there. When I was buying the car I'm driving today, it was new, now it is old. So you must learn to appreciate that you're not in a showbiz business. You are actually shaping your tomorrow. And if a day is gone wasted, it will never be recovered. Then we have what we call sales-driven advice. Sales-driven advice. Sales-driven. As you can hear that sentence, sales-driven. Financial planning often gets hijacked by product pushing advisors. You find somebody selling, even once ladies are what we call the victims of impulse buying. Ladies are the culprits. Ladies, you find them buying unnecessary things. You find a lady having 500 cups in her house. Every type of a cup that comes into the market, she's the first one to acquire. Yet her house is not a restaurant. Yes, her house is not what we call A and B. Why should you spend money on things that don't give you returns? It took you time, energy, and brains to generate that money. So you must avoid what we call sales-driven decisions. Financial planning, we say, often gets hijacked by product pushing advisors. When the focus is selling, for instance, insurance or mutual funds, the client's actual goals are sidelined. Even me, as I sell insurance, I need to sell to you a plan that I know it will add value to you. It has economic value, and at the same time, it's going to change you, move you from one level to another. Then we have what we call lack of financial literacy. How many of you, if I call a seminar today and I charge you 10,000 shillings to come to my seminar, you won't come, but you can be comfortable buying a Grand Fiddish. You can be comfortable buying what we call a Don Perignon. You can be comfortable doing things that don't add value to you. You know, Kenyans, we suffer from what we call critical analytical position. Critical analytical position. You're not able to analyze what it is that adds value to your life. You're not able to ask yourself. You see, like now, when I'm sharing this information with you, if you ask Professor Simon Thiong of USA, he'll tell you, I've spent a fortune to be the person I am. I don't just speak. And there are those people who think that we just speak. If you think we just speak, just open your YouTube channel and start speaking and you see how many followers you'll get. It is content. This is what you call sharing wisdom. I'm actually injecting wisdom into your minds because I want you to change your life. So lack of financial literacy. Many people simply don't understand how taxes, inflation, or compound interest works. That ignorance leads to poor decisions. That is where some of us people, when there was this guy who came, WorldCoin, 370,000 people went to KICC within 2 days because they were being offered 7,000 shillings without even knowing whether it was data mining or what it was all about. The other day, you had Kenyans lashing to have what we call quails. The other day, you also a land of men and women. Let me not mention those institutions. So lack of financial literacy is another victim that has made us people to be the kind of characters that we are. There's something else, number 8, because I'm winding up. Postponing action. I will start next year. How many of you, Quest Pinnacle has been there for 4 years. Some of you have been religiously and vehemently following me. What have you done since I started? Other people, they took their dividends. An individual took home 3.7 million shillings as dividends. Another one 1.8. What did you take home? It is better if you don't hear this information rather than to hear and remain in the same status. The greatest tragedy in people's lives is not death, but remaining in the status of inertia. Remaining wherever you have been, onto your marks, set, go. You have been told to go, but you are still seated there. That is what we call inertia. So postponing action whose time has come. You know what? We say, I'll start next year, becomes a mantra. But time is the most valuable asset in a financial planning. And procrastination kills the momentum. You have become an expert in postponing an idea. You have become an expert in procrastinating an idea. You need to ask yourself, been allowed for 25 years. How many decisions have you neglected? I wish I made this. When Safaricom shares were being sold during the IPO, you bought nothing. You had somebody saying, I bought them at $500,000. Now I'm worth 3 million. In your case, you have nothing to talk about. The only thing that most of us people know how to say it better is nyumba zimejengwa nikiwa hapa. But you have none of your own. That's what we call wasted opportunity and being a volume, not a value. No long-term perspective. Planning only for the next few years without considering retirement, healthcare, or legacy goals. Leaves major gaps. I have told you, you already know that one day you'll retire. Being a youth is not a career. I was once young. Today, I'm over 50 years.
I thank God I have no regrets. I have never gone to a disco hall. If you think I'm a lesser man, just compare your number of times that you have gone to the disco hall and what you have is a Kebicho. I have never smoked. I have never taken beer. Am I a lesser human being? Here I am. Here I am confidently knowing that tomorrow, God willing, I have something to call my own. So it's up to you. You need to start having what we call plans: short-term plans, mid-term plans, and long-term goals. Then we come to what we call aimlessly investing. Aimless investing, throwing money into random stocks or crypto without a strategy is gambling, not planning. How many of you have lost your money in gambling? You're an expert in gambling. Why? What are you doing with your money? Why should you spend your money in such a very, we call, free for us manner, as if you got that money you collected from the service? We must change. So, ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of time, should you want to know more about Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited, so that you don't become part or you don't become a statistic to poor planning, you can reach me on my number. You can reach out to me on 0722 633 021. Just text me. Don't call me, please. Text me. 0722 633 021. If you find my number busy, you can call our office. My staff members are equally equipped. The office line is 0116 13 13 13. 0116. Very simple number. 13 13 13. 0116 13 13 13. Or 0713 534 65. 0713 534 65. Collins Gako tells me, say it loud, total agreement. Thank you very much for those people who have agreed with whatever I was talking about. For those people who think I was saying nothing, it's up to you. Anyway, leave it. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We normally say choices have consequences. It's up to you. It's your life, not my life. It's your life. If you think whatever I was talking about was not necessary, it's your life anyway. Remember, even when I was starting Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited on 8 November 2021, people thought that I was just talking. Today, we are talking of managing $1 billion Kenya shillings. People have invested with us. People, they have confidence in us. They are waiting for their dividends in January next year, God willing. What are you waiting for? You have been hearing Kibisho mention Quest Pinnacle. You have nothing for your retirement. Your children are still being sent home for school fees balances. You are still in the same house, one bedroom house that you have got 5 children. I don't even know how people survive in that kind of a situation. And not because you are disabled, not because you don't have the brains, not because you don't have the resources, but you are a poor financial manager. Because a poor financial manager will always complain every time, because we say a bad workman always quarrels with his tools. May God bless you. Always a pleasure. Bwana Anthony Boro, thank you very much. Professor Simon Thiongo, thank you so much. Allow me to mention a few people. Let me mention other individuals here. I want to mention Collins Gako, thank you so much. Allow me to mention, by holding this phone for a minute, allow me to mention a few people on my TikTok page. I'll start by Sarah Wahoo. Sarah Wahoo, thank you very, very much. We have got that Sonko, thank you very much for following me. We have Giga Wagetao, thank you so much even for your likes. Thank you very much, Pastor Ken George. Thank you very much, Daniel Mongai. Thank you very, very much, Faith Chege. Thank you very much, Moas. Thank you very much, Catherine Baiba. Thank you very much. This is, let me see. This is, where is this one? This is, it's called who? This is Kate Bamba. Is it Vicky? Is it Vikire? That has a bit difficult. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for the likes, Gigi. Thank you very much, Lydia. Thank you very much, Munya. Thank you so much. This is it Disho? It's Dosh Cars. Thank you very much. Rosa, thank you so much. Morage, thank you for your rights. We have got this person called Mary Maya. Thank you very much. We have got Jehovah. Thank you very much. He has even got, praise God, Kebisho. Can you help a pastor here in Kisilia known as Pastor Sammy of Full Gospel, so that he can be working with it as a border. This is the mistake that we have, dependency syndrome. Even that pastor should work his way out. Even that pastor should work his way out. We are not there to give money. If you want to enter into a project, be prepared with its costs. So we are not here just to give money. I personally hate people with passion. People who come telling me niwasaidie na pesa ya chakula, niwasaidie kulipa fees. I will not do that. Even myself, I don't have enough. I'm also looking for money, by the way, with a lot of humility. And people think I am a bit, I don't know, but that is how it is. So thank you all of you, ladies and gentlemen. This is now Breast Kebisho, naweza kukupigia simu. Mimi ni neighbor wako Geshagi. If you have my number, then you can do the necessary. You don't have to be advised on that. Esther George, thank you very much.
Well said, Professor. This is is it Wanda Who? Wanda Who. That's a very unique name. Thank you very much. Always appreciative of your support. My able mentor, that's Ken George. I've seen him there. And remember, those people wanting to look for property, or those people desirous of moving from one point to another, looking for a rental house, those people wanting to requiring a music trainer. Pastor Ken George is a vocalist, he's a pedagogist, he's an expert in helping people organize their voices and make them more harmonious so that the word of God can reach many corners. Please contact Pastor Ken George. Pastor Ken George number, Ken's George number is 0711 565 560. If you're out there in the diaspora and you're looking for a prop with a title deed, you'll be able to make sure that you'll do what we call the due diligence on your behalf, so that before you put in your hard-earned money, you can be able to certify and, of course, authenticate the property for you. He's a born again man. He's a man of God. He's a man of father. He's a man of integrity. I've worked with him for the last 15 years, and I can vouch for him. So thank you very much, honorable members, for that time that you have given me. I really appreciate. Allow me now to prepare for my class. You are wonderful people, and I thank God for all of you. I can tell you today with a lot of confidence that those people now coming to social media, I think they have become more civilized. I thank God for that. So thank you so much. If you're interested in investing your money with us, do it. This is voluntary. We don't force people. And I can tell you, we have seen God's hand in our lives. May God bless you. May God meet you at your point of your needs. May God help you extend your boundaries. May God's favor locate you. And may God help you to make a decision that you'll never regret in your lifetime. It has been my pleasure talking to you. This is Professor Paul Mwangi Kebisho, PhD, QB, HSC, RJ TQC. And I wish you a very good time wherever you are. May God's blessings follow you all the days of your lives. Thank you so much. Shalom, shalom, shalom. And I start by bringing down, that is what we call the TikTok page. Then I come to Facebook page. Then I come to what we call now the YouTube page.